Good morning everyone. This is Mamta Khanna and welcome to this video of English literature. So here in this video we are learning about chapter 1, how the camel got its hump, from the book It So Happened. So here in this chapter, in this video we are learning about the second part of the story. So in the previous video I have already taught you about how the camel got its hump, the first part of the chapter. That means how the dog, the ox and the horse, they work for men, but the camel was always a lazy creature who did not do any work. Even after dog and all the animals, they have asked the camel to work, but the camel was not ready to do any work. Instead, he would always reply hump. And so in the end of the day, they went to the men to tell about the behavior of the camel. So the men, what did they say? They said that only the reply hump of the camel will not work. And since the camel had not done any work, you three will have to compensate for the loss of work. Okay, that means the three of them, they will have to do the work of the camel which has been left over. So it was up to here that I have explained in the previous video. So now in this video, I am going to teach you about the remaining part of the chapter. Now see what it is all about. Now, all the three animals were angry on the camel. The three animals, that means the dog, the horse and the the ox, they were angry on the camel because even after doing the work, all the three animals, they were doing the work. Even after doing the work, they had to do the work of camel also. So this made them very angry. So what did they do? They decided to bring a panchayat. So they brought a panchayat under the jinn. Jinn is some imp. You can say it is an imp with a supernatural power. You can see it in the movies, in the Arabian movies like the Arabian Nights and many other movies. They are having a special supernatural power. They are called jinn. So, jinn tried to convince the camel for work. And even the jinn, it tried to convince the camel. He tried to say that, camel, you must work. But the camel knew no manners. And the camel is always the same. He knew no manners. And replied the same word, hump. And what did he reply? He only said, hump. Jinn tried again and said, you have not worked since Monday. And now it is Thursday. You will have to work for 3 extra days. So what did jinn say? The jinn tried to convince and he tried to say that, camel, you have not worked since Monday. And today it is Thursday. Okay, it is already 3 days. So what you will have to do? You will have to work for 3 extra days. Okay, because already 3 days has passed by. So that 3 days work is pending. So now you will go out and you will work for 3 extra days. The camel's answer was only hump. But till then, the camel replied hump. Camel was looking into image in the water, in the river. So there was a river nearby and camel, after replying hump, he just turned and he looked at his image in the river. Jinn came and made a hump on his back. Then what did Jinn do? He cursed the camel. He created a hump. He made a hump on the back of the camel, on his neck. That means a hump, a kind of round shaped. So, he said, the jinn said, now you will live with a hump always. Okay, and he said, he cursed and made a hump on the back of the camel and said that now you will live with this hump always. The camel came into senses, and just after that, the senses of camel came. Okay, the camel came into senses and said in stress. He got stress. Okay, he was having tension, looking at his own hump, and he said, with this hump on my neck, how will I work? He asked to the jinn, see, you have made this hump on my neck, and with this hump on my neck, how will I work? Actually, he just tried to make an excuse. Then jinn consoled. Okay, jinn consoled, and he said that the hump has a purpose. That means it is made for some reason. There is some reason behind for making this hump on your back. It was that you work for 3 extra days. Now you will work for 3 extra days. That means now you have to work. आज से जो काम करना है वो करना ही है. And the leftover work of 3 days, that also you have to complete. With this hump will provide you with food for 3 days. That means you will carry this hump on your back and you will go out for work. And whenever you are hungry, whenever you are tired, you are thirsty, you will get the food from this hump only. So this is the reason why I have made a hump on your back. Come out of the desert and start your work. And he said, you come out of the desert and do your work. The camel came out of the desert and started working. And then after that, the camel had no other choice. He had to come out of the desert and he started working with the hump. But now we say hump instead of hump. Okay, we do not call it hump anymore. We call it hump. Why do we call hump and not hump? So that camel won't feel bad. So that it will not be an insult for the camel. Okay, the camel will not feel any insult. So this is the reason why we say hump. We do not say hump. If you say hump, it sounds something bad and it would insult the camel. Okay, so that we are calling hump instead of hump. But even after then, the camel still has not learned how to behave. Okay, but till now the camel have not learned how to behave properly, mannerfully. And his 3 days extra work is still pending. And now, till today, his 3 days extra work is still pending. That means he is still a lazy creature. He has not completed his work efficiently. And he has to do his work, his pending 3 days work forever. That means he have not learned the manners. So there are animals who we train and they learn over time. They learn with the passage of time how to behave. But it is camel who has not yet learned anything. Okay, that means he is still a silly creature. So this is a story of the chapter, how the camel got its hump. And so this is the reason why the camel got the hump on his back and he is still carrying that hump along with him wherever he goes. Okay, now let us see the moral of the story. With the humorous tale, the author has tried to tell that people do not like a person who does not do any work. So, with this story, we can easily learn that the author he tried to tell that people never like those people who are lazy, who are idle. We always like the people who are active, who always do their work. Okay, who shows interest in work. Because as much as you work, that much you would learn. It is not that if we are working, you will be tired. No. You will be physically tired. You may be physically tired, but you will be mentally active. You would have seen even in your surroundings, even in your classroom, the children, those who are talkative, those who are active, their brain is more sharper. Okay, and they do not sit idle. They would always have a good answer with them. So, we all people like those children or those person who do some work. Okay, and not those who just sit idle. So we should always work hard. So this story tells us that we should always work hard, and working hard always gives us a good fruit. We are not at loss if we are doing any work. So I hope this story teaches you something. And according to me, I would like to suggest you that you just go on doing your work every time. Don't feel stressed, don't feel bad, don't feel lazy. Don't think that it is a burden. Work is not a burden. Instead, work would make you more efficient. It would make you more smart. The more you work, the more you will gain your knowledge and the more smarter you would become. So I hope you have understood the chapter completely. Thank you for watching.